Hello.
Tony, my old mate.
No,
How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good. I'm very good.
Tony, it's been a long time since we were out videoing you in your favourite place in the whole wide world, which is a Krone chopper.
It is, yeah.
But from we were last with you, it has changed. You're on a 1180 now.
Yeah, gone from the old 1100. Went from the 1100 onto a 700, and then eventually back onto another 1100. And now, well, this is my second 1180.
Just be straight with me, Tony. How did it feel getting off an 1100 and driving a 700?
It's soul destroying.
You weren't happy, Tony. You weren't happy.
No. It took a bit of the interest out of the job. You know, the 700's still a pretty bomb-proof machine. They did go well.
Well, like, you know, the one thing I want to just ask, you know, and I know there's a lot of leaving finances, leaving cost of wearing, leaving all residual values out of it. The 1100 to the 700 was day and night, yes, purely from an operator's point of view.
In the grass season, if you had an average grass season, average crops, you possibly wouldn't be able to use the full potential of the 1100. So, you know, the 700 would get through the grass almost as fast as the 1100. Grass chopping windows seem to get narrower and narrower. The crops seem to get bigger, lumpier. And that's where the 1100 in the grass season comes into its own. It can just make an awful lot of difference there. But in the maize, it's just a different animal. The 700, you're always just right on the limits all the time. The 1100, you're just cruising.
And how has it transferred over to the 1180? How would you, as an operator, and I think it's fair to say you've been operating Krone harvesters since the very first of them came into the UK. I think you're one of the longest established operators of Krone harvesters. Is that not a fair comment, Tony?
Yeah, we had the first V8 Krone, the first Krone forage harvester in the UK. I think it was number 28 off number 28 off the assembly line. Yeah, I think the 1180 compared to the 1100, just so much more refined. I mean, the 1100 was just absolutely out of this world, but then the 1180, they've just hit the nail on the head with the 1180. Just every little niggle that you've always had in the past has been ironed out. It's just a totally brand new machine from the wheels up, really.
Have you spent any time in the smaller Big X range, like the 630s or 580s or 480s or anything like that, Tony? Have you driven any of those?
No, I haven't. 780. Oh, 780, I mean, that's an awesome bit of kit.
Yeah, no, I was just going to say, because we had the 630, Big X 630, and we thought that Krone had hit the nail on the head, getting the cabin all nicely sorted out. But
yeah, the layout in the cabin, everything is just, yeah, it's spot on. I think they've got it.
But it's still mostly Claas for the higher fleet.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, we'll never get away from the Claas. They are a good, solid machine. They always have been. Service, parts, backup, it's all there. You know, you can't complain about any of that at all. I think Claas have come on leaps and bounds over the last 5 years as well. You know, they've refined their machines a lot more. I think the driveline, the grass headers, feed rollers have improved so much. You can't fault them, really.
Well, tell me now about what you're doing today, because whenever we filmed before, Miscanthus was all very much about swathing, baling, and off the power stations, and you were doing it with your modified Claas 492 choppers.
Yeah, we're still doing the swathing. We've still got, we will still have 5 machines out swathing up down the country. We've gone onto the 494s now, so there's big alterations this back end in the workshops, altering the cylinders to fit the 494s. Not a massive job to alter them, but yeah, we're actually chopping for equine bedding today. So this is chopped direct into the trailers, taken back to the farm, put on the drying floors. It'll take three days or so on the drying floor, and then it's all processed for equine bedding.
That's different. So I suppose from your point of view that's good, because that's letting you drive a Krone 1180 a few days, this is Christmas time basically.
Yeah, we've only had 16 days out of season this year. We went from 16th of November, finished maize, 2nd of December, back in Miscanthus, and we'll be through in the Miscanthus now till end of April.
Well then, what are you doing when you're not chopping, Tony? What are you doing now at Wilson's? Are you involved in the maintenance side of the other harvesters, getting them all turned around, or like you used to be very much so, or used to be you would have been away in the lorry moving harvesters about? So whenever you're not chopping, what are you doing? You even went to South Africa for a couple of years, if I've got this right.
Yeah, two seasons in South Africa, yeah. I'd spend probably most of my time in between chopping, service maintenance, mostly on the Krone foragers. We're running 3/4. We had a 5th one out, also the 580.
You have a bit of work to do to get through those harvesters, because you'll strip them right down as per usual, like we used to see you doing it with the 1100. Like, you'll not just give it an engine service, you'll strip it all down, make sure everything's alright, and build them back together again, as Wilson's will do with all of their choppers.
Yeah, everything's stripped out, feed rollers off, cylinder out, all the back off the accelerator, everything's gone through, washed out. Check all the wheel liners, you kind of know what's going to go, what's due to go.
Well, tractor choices, I remember when we first started, it was everybody loved their Fendt tractors, and you just went full circle John Deere, and then slowly a Blue brand crept in, and then the New Hollands crept in, and now I see a few more Fendts are creeping back in again.
Yeah, the Fendts,
so
they're getting back in there with a few Fendts, yeah.
Where does your heart lie now on a tractor?
I think it would be a Fendt again. Very rarely get to drive tractors that much anymore. I do seem to get little spells, just few and far between now with the tractor driving. Just never seem to be off the forager, really.
You're just a Krone 1180 man through and through. Well, look, Tony, I know Olivia's over with you, and she's home there now for Christmas, and it's great that Olivia's been able to catch you at a little bit of Miscanthus. I mean, I'm going to head on here. Thank you very much, and as I say, I hope you take a few days off around the holidays, and Happy New Year to you, and we'll see you soon.
And you, thank you, Gareth.